Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again to JJ's PC Builds. Today, we're going to have something a little bit interesting, but I'm going to tell you what it is. The Black Myth Wukong, I decided to benchmark this with the Ryzen 5 5600 X3D on the Asus TUF B550 motherboard with the 7800 XT, the AMD RX 7800 XT. Sorry, I'm kind of lost my thought for a moment, but we're going to keep moving on. I had to take the video off of my camera, so it's going to be a little shaky. Don't judge me on it, but I got the testing done. Different system than mine, but built by me. So that should tell you if it's going to be good, bad, or whatever. So we finally found out how bad and how good it is. So what we'll do is we'll take you through the benchmarking. Then after that, at the end, we'll put up two stats. One of side-by-side comparison between the RTX 4070 and then the 7800 XT. And you can see which one is good or bad or the ugly. They both are running the same display settings. They both have running cinematic, but there's one little difference. The 4070 is running DLSS, and the 7800 XT is running FSR. So they're both running what software they were built with, but they're both running frame generation. But the 7800 XT is not running ray tracing, running everything else, but not running ray tracing. The 4070, I got it on ray tracing. It's set to medium, and you'll see the difference. So I'm going to try to get all this together and take you all along with me. So let's go to the action screen and get this all started. Okay, now that I got my face done sunk in the corner to the right, we're going to go ahead and play this. I had to put this together for you guys. Hope you enjoy it. We'll talk through it and let you know what I think. So, if you look on the left, it's the 7800 XT. It's got cinematic, FSR, and frame generation, but it has no ray tracing. And if you look over on the right, it's the 4070 with cinematic, not FSR, duh. I meant DLSS. You know, you guys can shoot me in the background. It's got frame generation and ray tracing on medium. And I know the one with the 7800 XT is bouncing around, but there's not much I can do. I was holding my phone up there trying to get the substance of this video. And looking through it, they both don't look bad, but you could leave your comment down below and let me know what you think. Which one do you think looks better? But I'm going to give you an idea. These two GPUs are almost breaking even when it comes to this benchmark. I know it's not totally even on the benchmark, so I wanted to give you guys a good look at what's going on. I mean, this is a 7800 XT on the left and a 4070 on the right. I took a clip of this from the last video that I posted, and I just did this today for the 7800 XT. So I want to know what you guys think. I mean, we'll get to the brass tacks of it, but I can tell you this. There we go. We just got through the video. Okay, let's X out of that. Now, what I'm going to do is get into my folder space. And let's see, we got that out of the way. Let's go to the pictures. Okay, so we got this one. All right. This right here is the RX 7800 XT without ray tracing, but cinematic FSR and frame generation. You got it at 89 FPS on average, and max it was at 108. Minimal was 44, and the lower fifth was 77, using 6.7 gigabytes of VRAM. And you can see right here, ray tracing is off. Oh my God, you guys are going to kill me. You're going to be like, Jay, you know you're supposed to have that cursor on. Oh, wonder where it went. We got to find it. We got to find it. So we'll get that together for you. We'll definitely get that together for you and find out what's going on here. We're just going to have to go the hard way. Okay, let's see. Yep. We'll get it. Y'all just give me a moment. I had to go through the hard way. See, we got the big cursor now. Cinematic, FSR, frame gen, no ray tracing. 89, 108, 44, low fifth, 77, 6.7. Right here, it shows the 7800 XT. And guess what? The Ryzen 5 5600X 3D. Using an Asus TUF motherboard. If you guys want the detail on the motherboard, just let me know. We'll get it to you. Alrighty, you seen all this? Now, we got this up out of the way. Okay. Now, if you want to see the 4070 with, okay, we'll do this. We'll do the 7800 XT right here. This is with ray tracing. We'll kind of slow it down a little bit. So that way you guys can grab. See, now just let you grab and take it all in. Okay. Now, we're going to let you grab and take it all in. 46 FPS on an average. Maximum 64 FPS. Minimal 6. Low fifth 37 FPS. Total VRAM used 8 gigabytes. Now let's slowly move it forward. Ryzen 5 5600X 3D 6-core 12-thread processor. AMD RX 7800 XT. Software Adrenaline. Let's move it a little bit forward. 16 gigabytes of VRAM. System RAM 32 gigabytes. Let's move it forward. As you can see, it's in cinematic. Oop. Ray tracing right here. Medium. Cinematic. Super resolution, I set at 80 on both. They both were set at 80. They both are at 1080p. Just to let you know, they're both at 1080p. Moving on. You know about the ray tracing. Motion blur strong. They're both set the same way. Frame gen. Right here. FSR. Frame gen on. All cinematic. And there we go. Now, we've seen that it's all set in stone. I've showed you the FSR on on the 7800 XT. I showed you the ray tracing off. I showed you the ray tracing on. And the 4070 I showed you without the ray tracing. But the last thing I need to do is show you with the ray tracing. Okay, so with the 4070, here we go. With the ray tracing on. Okay, to your left is cinematic DLSS frame generation with ray tracing. It's got this little thing here. There's not much I can do about it. No, there's not much I can do about it. Okay, so that's on your left. On your right, it's very high DLSS frame generation ray tracing. So as we can see in real time, on the left, 57 FPS, on the right, 63 FPS. So cinematic brought down the FPS, and going to very high, the FPS came up. I mean, either way you look at it, the numbers are here. It shows you all, so that way you all can see what I've done. So I benchmarked the 7800 XT. I benchmarked the 4070 and gave it all in one bunch. So this way you can see everything. So now, as you can see all the numbers, we will X out of this and we'll go to the main screen. Okay, guys, listen up. Are you listening? Looking at the 4070. Okay, it's getting around 90 FPS. Okay, without ray tracing. With ray tracing, it's getting 55. I would say on average 55 to 60. Okay. Now with the 7800 XT, it's getting around the same, getting around 90 FPS, somewhere in there. And down with it ray tracing going, it's getting around 55 to 60, somewhere in there. Okay. Looking at both cards. But here's the trick. My computer here is running the AMD Ryzen 7 5700X with the RTX 4070 on the B550 Strix motherboard. Okay, now the other computer is running the Ryzen 5 5600X3D. Okay, and it's running it with the RX 7800 XT on the Asus B550 Asus TUF motherboard. Now the TUF motherboard one has 32 gigabytes of RAM, 3200 megahertz, and it's got the same drive. It's got the Samsung 990 2 terabyte SSD M.2, and so mine, the 4070 computer, that's got I'm using for the operating system. What was it? Crucial P2 M.2 SSD. So there's kind of a little bit of a difference in the two, but if you look at the way they both run, you would think that they're both running on the same give me a moment, that they're both running the same speed, basically. And believe it or not, they're not. But I've balanced both systems to where they both, for some reason, are running the same. But anyway, guys, I thought this would be like a little bit of an adventure for you. And if you stayed to the end, I do appreciate you, believe it or not. But I'm going to call the video here, and you guys can leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. And I know I'm not the best in the world making videos, but I did do my best on these benchmarks between two GPUs that are well-named brands that you guys can get an idea of what you think about them. And while you're thinking about it, make sure you subscribe, put a like on this video, and also, too, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know in time when I post the next video. But until the next time in the next video, you know it is, and we'll see you on the next one.